Hey Roadies, this is Adriana from roadiefreeradio. In this episode, Larry speaks with front of house engineer Lisa Affenzeller. In this short clip, Lisa gives us a rundown on how she got into heavy metal music. However, it wasn't love at first sight. It was a slow descent as she began to earn more and more gigs in the heavy metal world, describing it as, I must be doing something right. Now, a front of house engineer, Lisa mixes for huge festivals and shows such as Walk in Open Air and Reeperbahn. If you want to tune into the full episode, make sure to listen to episode number 148 from October 1st, 2019. Thank you for listening, and thank you for subbing. Here are Larry and Lisa.
I don't really know how I ended up with heavy metal. It's like a hen or egg kind of thing. Was it me being into rock music before I started this job, or was this job eventually bringing me to listening to metal music? I can't really recall that, but I think with this particular genre, I did something right, I guess. Mm-hmm. So there was one gig, and then there was another gig, and then there was another gig, and I'm now at a point where I say, well, I think this is my thing now, and I'm doing it right, and I might as well just stick with it.
Yeah, cool. Is it a music that you were naturally drawn to, or no?
Initially,
yeah.
I'm not really sure. I think when I was a kid, I was obviously heavily into Californian high school punk, and listening to Green Day and thinking I was an anarchist or something like that. But metal, no. I think I was listening to Pantera because I thought Pantera was always cool. And I think Pantera was one of the bands that slowly got me into metal. But then again, I started out doing a lot of thrash metal. So, and I found myself mixing bands that released their debut album like before I was born.
Yeah.
So like some really old school dudes, and that was obviously something that was new to me.
Right. That's fun though.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there.
I'm slowly, after like 8 years, getting the hang of it, I guess.
I've only seen video footage and photographs of Walk in Open Air, but it's massive. Yeah.
It is, yes.
Like 100,000, is that what it is basically?
I think you're close to 100,000. I think the official numbers are 75,000.
Okay.
Like 75,000 tickets being sold. But if you add crew, artists, the whole infrastructure, everything, if you add everything on top of it, I think you'll be reaching 100,000. I don't put my, I can't really say for sure, but it sure feels like that.
Right. And you've mixed front of house there. Main stage?
No.
No, not main stage. Okay.
No, I did not mix main stage. Although maybe one day, I really hope so. There is Wacken is not only the Wacken open air in summer. They do a lot of different shows around the year. They have the Wacken winter nights where I got to mix front of house. This is true. Okay. Then they have the Full Metal Cruise, Full Metal Mountain, Full Metal Holiday. It's stuff going on all over Europe. Little tiny festivals here and there. But I've always, since the past 6 or 7 years, I've always been a visiting engineer at Wacken Open Air. So I always had at least one band playing on one of the many stages. I think it's 12 stages in total.
Okay. So even on one of those smaller stages, when you're mixing, I mean, how many people are you mixing for?
A lot, like 10,000 or something.
Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to get at, Lisa, is like, what is it like? Give me the experience for you standing in the middle of that crowd, with that much power on stage and that many people around you mixing for that. Take me there.
Well, if something fucks up, you sure as hell have a lot of turning heads at you. I guess this is always a risk there, but I think I'm now at the point where I can blend it out really easily. Like there's pictures of me, like photographs of me mixing front of house where I don't look happy. But that's not because I'm not happy doing it. It's because I'm really, really concentrating. So I'm always like, most of the pictures of me in front of house are really awkward pictures of mine because I look like, I mean, you can't see this now on audio, but I look like, really concentrated and trying to just like be like this and blending out everything else. So I'm really trying to be a part of the live show and a part of the audio experience and everything. Sometimes if my light engineer is doing something wrong, I wouldn't even recognize because I never see lights or pay attention to lights because I'm always kind of looking at my board and having my ears straight ahead, but always with my head a little bit down and just looking at my board and see that things going on. So yeah, I really crawl into my world like this.
Yeah. Hey, what's happening, roadies? It's Larry here. Just wanted to thank you so much for listening to this short clip. I really hope you got something out of it. If you can take 2 seconds to head over to iTunes and drop us a review or a comment, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Keep listening, keep coming back, stay healthy out there, and remember, no roadies, no rock and roll.